momentous occasion, seeking the divine blessings for the success of this conference with the lighting of kuthuvilakku followed by the invocation and Tamil Thai vazhthu. I invite our distinguished guests to kindly come forward and lead us in this auspicious ceremony. I request everyone to kindly rise and join us in the sacred ritual.
सत्यस्य योनिं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं सुखसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः वाणी गुणानुकथने श्रवणो कथायां हस्तौ च कर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोर्नः कृत्यां शिरस्तव निवास जगत्प्रणामे दृष्टिस्ततां दर्शनेस्तु भवत्तनूनाम् नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णायात्पुतकर्मणे रूपनामविभेदेन जगत्क्रीडजियो यतः
Thank you all for your reverence during the prayer and lighting of kuthuvilakku. It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Saravanan sir, Co-Convener and Head of Department of Biochemistry, Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College, to deliver the welcome address.
Shri respected principal, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, researchers, academicians, and student friends. It's my great honor to welcome you for this international conference on sustainability in life science hosted by Biochemistry, Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College. Today, we gather to explore the critical sustainability and life science, and to share knowledge, ideas, and best create a more sustainable future. As we all know, sustainability is no longer, it's a pressing imperative that demands our collective attention and action. The life science play a vital role in addressing the sustainability challenges we face, from climate change and biodiversity, loss of food security, and human health. This conference brings together experts from around the world to share their research insights, developments in sustainability and life science. Over the next few days, we will delve into topics such as sustainable agriculture, eco-friendly technologies, conservation biology, and more. At this moment, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our Chief Distinguished guest, Dr. Gerald Mariam Selvam, Additional Director, NHM Chennai, who has graciously accepted our invitation to inaugurate the conference. Welcome, sir. Your presence honors us, and we look forward for your inspiring address. I extend a cordial welcome to our keynote speaker, our distinguished alumnus, Dr. Senthil Palani, Senior Scientist, Turku Pet Center, Finland, whose expertise and insights will undoubtedly enrich our conference proceedings. Welcome, sir. It's my immense pleasure to welcome our Secretary, Shri Ashok Mundhra ji, who has provided an inevitable guidance and support in organizing this conference. I extend a cordial welcome to our Principal Captain Dr. Santhosh Baboo sir, encouragement and motivation. Your commitment to academic excellence and interdisciplinary collaboration has enabled our department to thrive. Welcome, sir. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished guests with a warm round of applause. I would like to extend my hearty welcome to the heads of various departments, faculty, research scholars, and students from both our college and other institutions of their enthusiastic presence. This conference promises to be an enriching experience with stimulating discussions, insightful presentations, and meaningful network opportunities. Once again, I extend a hearty welcome to all our guests, delegates, and participants. New ideas, forge new connections, and create a lasting impact in our field. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm and encouraging words. Honor is the reward of virtue, said Marcus Julius Cicero. We are pleased to honor our chief guest for this morning. I now request our principal, Captain Dr. Santhosh Baboo, to honor our I request our HOD, Dr. Saravanan sir, to honor our chief guest with a gift hamper. Thank you, sir. I now request our principal to honor our keynote speaker, Dr. Senthil Palani, with a shawl and memento.
Honoring the alumni is a very good
Now I request was behind our institution's success and the principal of Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College to deliver the presidential address.
Biosociology department is conducting the conference today in the Dwaraka auditorium, the name of environmental science. And biochemistry also is conducting the same theme of environmental science, which is comes under the sustainability. So from this, what we have to understand that is the environment plays a key role for everyone in the country, whether it is India or whether it is whole world. Even in the last year, you have forest fire, you would have seen. Lot of people have suffered a lot because of that particular forest fire at the USA, which creates a very big impact in the community of the people. So that is the thing. So for which we have a Dr. Gerald Mariam Selvaraj, who is an additional director with us, which comes under the Tamil Nadu Health System project. Health also is correlated with environment. You have now the disease have arrived where we have to wash the hands, where we have to drink hot water. Why they are asking to drink hot water? Because there are a lot of germs in the water. So in order to make the new biochemistry students, you know about very well that. So that is the purpose of doing all these things. So lot of things are going on in the environment, so that we have this, and we have Dr. Senthil Palani is a senior scientist from Turkey who studied in our institution when the biochemistry was started in the year 1994, I think. 1994, Dr. Sheila Kumar. Now she is in Rebellow, I think. Dr. Sheila is there, no? So at that healthcare institute separately. So this is the main purpose of having us, and we have a alumnus who is going to talk to you about. He is going to deliver a keynote address for you. So holistically, you have to think about the environmental. It is a manufacturing industry, or whether it is a automobile industry, or whether it is a educational institution. For all these things, the environmental plays a major role. Greenery is very important. If you have a wet greenery, you can do it. At the same time, greenery has to be preserved. That's why in our institution, we are having more trees and other things in our. Still, we are not cutting any trees for the past 60 days. So, each and every 2-3 days before, environmental and the economic, that's conducted by economics department. So all these things are coming under this sustainable goals. So dear students, this particular conference is meant for you. You should be very active in the conference. There will be a lot of deliberation is going to happen for the whole day. After the introduction, after the introductory speech by the guest, so be attentive. You have to read beyond the class hours. Whatever the subject is meant for only a passport. Suppose if you want to go for other countries, where these are all these things, no. Like that only these type of conference. Beyond our classrooms, each and every department of our institution is conducting. You have this conference, and your department faculty. And I'm happy to note that your HOD and Dr. Uma have been recently have been promoted as deputy controller of our institution. One is Dr. P.T. Srinivasan. He is contributing for our OBE, POC attainment. Still we are thinking about Dr. P.T. to do workshop for the faculty members. See, such a good science department, life science department in Dwaraka, Goverdhan, Vaishnav College, right from the founding HOD to Dr. P.T. Srinivasan. They have done a very wonderful job. Because of that, Dr. Saravanan job is very difficult, where he have to do something different. What happened before the HODs happened. So dear students, use these facilities, do these things, and come out with your life. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for the compelling and proud to all you address. Please, the release of the conference proceedings and the department's very own newsletter, you give time. I request our dignitaries on stage to kindly assist in the release of these valuable publications, which are a testament to the hard work and dedication of our team.
Rebellow to introduce our chief guest to this August ceremony.
Should I decrease the FPS?
Esteemed guests, Reverend Principal, respected head of the department, faculty, research scholars and students. It is my great honor to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Gerard Maria Selvam, Additional Director, National Health Mission, Chennai, who has graciously accepted our invitation to inaugurate this entity in life science. Dr. Gerard Maria Selvam holds a postgraduate medical degree from Madras Medical College, Chennai. He has completed the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention
இல்ல இல்ல ஆன்
of
ஆயிடுச்சு பாரு
epidemiology course.
பாரு அங்க பாரு
Also a public health leader after having successfully undergone the Public Health Leadership and Implementation Academy for NCD program offered by the Rollins School of Public Health, Emory University, Atlanta, USA. Dr. Selvam has been the state nodal officer for the NCD intervention program, first implemented under the World Bank supported Tamil Nadu Health Systems project and later continued under the aegis of National Health Mission, Tamil Nadu. Currently, Dr. Gerard Maria Selvam holds the post of Additional Director, National Health Mission, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. His primary research interests are non-communicable diseases, including the comorbidities and policy implications, tuberculosis and its comorbidities, health system strengthening, and operational research. He is a strong proponent of a multi-sectoral approach to address risk factors and control measures and management strategy for NCDs and continues to learn from the state, national, and global experiences for the benefit of the community. As a seasoned administrator and a visionary leader, Dr. Gerard Maria Selvam brings a unique perspective to the conference theme, Sustainability in Life Science. With compassion as a doctor and vision as an administrator, he embodies the true essence of public service, transforming lives through dedication and purpose. We are deeply grateful for his presence here today, and we look forward to gaining insights from his experiences and expertise. Sir, we are honored to have you with us today, and we look forward to your inaugural address, which will set the tone for our conference proceedings. Please, sir.
So, good morning, everybody. Very good morning, yes. At the outset, I am very happy to be in a college. You know what, every time we are invited to a college and when we are given the opportunity to meet young students, it also makes us feel very young. And also it gives us that kind of energy which the youth alone can bring into life. So, on that note, I really thank at the outset for the opportunity to be able to come and important international conference on sustainability in life science, environmental, economic and social impacts. I would like to also thank all my dignitaries on the dais, Dr. D. Saravanan, Dr. Santhosh Baboo, the organizing secretaries, Dr.Sangeetha Sathyanarayan, Ms. Rebellow, and Ms. Baidei, and Dr. Senthil Parani, the senior scientist, Turku Pet Center, Finland, and dear students. Actually, we live in a time where we have witnessed the importance of One Health. And the present generation students who are with me here now and the faculty, we don't need a better evidence than the COVID which we all went through. So we have come through a difficult time and we are all rather settled now. But we all have experienced the pain due to the pandemic, COVID pandemic. We know what a colossal impact it had on as an individual, on our families, people surrounding us, on a country across the countries. That's why it's called pandemic, because it affects continents across the world. So we know a lot of things about these things, but when the COVID came, we started wondering why COVID, why this kind of trouble. But at the same time, we were watching various developments around us. The developments which may be for the good or for the bad. So no country thrives without development. But the point is, we have to introspect, we have to understand them in the context. And the context, how you understand the whole thing, the ecosystem, the world around you, how do you understand it is very, very important for students. So life science students, especially biochemistry students, we are so connected with life and its processes, body and its processes. So when you read a subject like biochemistry and connect yourself with human body and also connect with your other living systems in our ecosystem, we have to be very, very careful about what we are doing and what we are not doing. The best question that could be in front of our eyes is this: are we leaving this planet safe for our next generation? If this is the question that is going to linger in your mind, if this is the question you want to seriously look into every day as you get up in the morning, and look at this question and see, am I or are we leaving this planet Earth in a safe mode for many, many generations to come? In other words, are we going to leave behind some kind of disaster or catastrophe for our future generations? Keeping this question as your lead point, if you look at the whole thing of look at the topic today we are going to discuss. A lot of good speakers are there. I went through the order of the day and I understood the sessions are very nicely framed. And definitely I'm sure at the end of the day, you should be wiser and more knowledgeable in understanding this very important, crucial topic. So I come from a medical background and also a public health background. And we see that it is important for us to come together. So the old trouble now, what we have is, we have lot of departments, lot of people doing lot of good work. And we always thought each department bears the brunt of all the problems in the world. Let me name few departments for the benefit of students. You would have heard the name Health Department, which I represent, Government of Tamil Nadu, on behalf of our mission director, who could not make it. So, you know the Health Department very well, because all of us go to a doctor for some problem or the other. We know the Education Department. We know the Water Department, water bodies, which looks into water bodies, which is very, very important. Loss of water bodies is a very serious question. I saw a beautiful pond in your campus. The moment I landed this morning, the first thing I said to myself was, at least the students are able to witness a beautiful pond which was nicely walled, it was fenced very well. But it's a very good, important lesson for a student. As you come and look at the greenery, look at the pond, you understand these are all connected to me in my life. So as long as we feel connected to the environment, we are safe, in simple words. And as long as we are going away from the environment and bringing troubles into our system, then we know what we are doing. So, like I said, water is important. Forest department, environment and forest is very important. Local bodies are very, revenue department, all of us, if you name the thing, agriculture, the most important department, because pesticides. So, lot of departments have to come together. So it is not one single department who can face this challenge, the topic you have taken up today. So that is a basic concept. That's why we use this important term in the English these days called multi-sectoral coordination. Tamil palthuri oringenaippu solvaanga. So the multi-sectoral coordination is very important, and we can never ever work in silos. So we'll go to the health aspects, but now We are in a situation where it has become a topic for global discussion. All the environmental concerns is not your problem, my problem. It has become our problem. Anything to do with the environment. And the Department of Biochemistry in this college has taken the three important pillars. It's very nice, very, very beautifully you have taken these pillars. I was wondering, biochemistry students means mind-boggling equations, mind-boggling these exercises, the chemical structure in the first and second year of a medicine, and it's always a dry subject. And it's a beautiful subject, but it is a very beautiful subject which comes in the practice of a doctor. As long as a doctor, he has to be connected with the science of biochemistry. That's how you diagnose patients and you see the watch out the progress and growth of the patient. But it's definitely a dry subject, because when we are looking at it as an equation or as a chemical structure, it is dry. But when we connect it with the physiology, the physiological processes, the body systems, and your environment, which you are now going to talk about, then it makes a real meaning. And all of us students here, the undergraduates, the postgraduates, everybody, it's a time for you to tune yourself to this, because the world is now going ahead towards that. And you also have to set your mind towards it. So the three things, the important word, as Sir said earlier, the speaker, so are we able to sustain our economy? Are we able to sustain our environment? And society, will our society be sustainable? I was talking to my daughter the other day, she was doing medicine final year. We were talking about different species which are lost. There's a lot of science in the wild, the wild and the forest and the living systems that teach you a lot about the interdependence in human life. So man depends on animals, animals depends on man. We depend on plants, plants depend on us. Agriculture depend on us, and we depend on agriculture. So all these quadripartite connections, they're very, very important. But whenever we find flora and fauna are lost, habitats are lost, some species are outdated, they are no more on the face of earth. Some species which were live walking, on the planet, mother planet Earth, are no more. So you go and open some kind of books and refer, when did they ever live? How many millions ago they lived? And how did they vanish? All these are clear alarm signals of how we should look at our nature. All the species, whether it is animal, plant, all the species have a definite and concrete role to play. And that role, when we mess up with that linkages, when you mess up with that link between the different species, we cut some chain. So it's like a chain. You go biochemistry chain reaction. You look at all these interdependent species and you look at the chain, you connect all the chain, cut it here and there, then it gets disarray. The old symmetry gets disarrayed. When the old symmetry gets disarrayed, we don't realize it as it will not pinch you personally immediately. That's what is happening to us. We think we have forests, we think tigers are there. We think we have wild, we have the elephants, we see them also. But the processes, man-animal conflict, all the students will know, every time you sit before television or you open up anything, you see the man-animal conflicts where you find, why do they come? They don't have to come to us, nor we should tamper with them. Either way, it's not welcome, So those are the things, the conflicts, human-animal conflict is a clear indication that in the ecological chain, some damage is happening here and there, here and there. So on that note, I would like to say that if you're talking before the meeting, how business people thrive, how business is very important. Yes, enterprises, business is very important, because that brings the economy to the country, to the place. But how the resources are managed, or the industries and other things using eco-friendly practices, How is the waste generated? Whether it is minimized? With all these ethical issues, we should aim for optimizing the production. இதுதான் வந்து we look upon industries and factories to behave. They have to behave themselves. This world sustainable. And what is the social impact? What is the social responsibility? Nowadays, impact. What is the social responsibility? Nowadays, you would have heard the word CSR. You would have heard the word CSR, corporate social responsibility. So business people have to look at their responsibility for the society they live. What is their community they are serving? Are they harming the community? That's very, very important. And innovations and adaptability is something I would like to say. The students, present day students, the Western world always invest a lot of money in research and innovations. So when we learn education in our country, we often learn it in order to qualify in the examination. That is just one step. But beyond it, no, how do you tune your mind? For example, we tune our mind before going to bed. I should get up in the morning at 5:30 and I should do my something with whatever I'm supposed to do. How do we tune our mind to innovate, to pursue research, to come out with innovations? They are very important because without that, you cannot challenge the problems you have. The problems you have, all these problems I'm talking about, don't challenge, you need that. And biodiversity conservation, I already mentioned, endangered species, and how we protect the nature. Carbon footprint reduction. First buzzword these days is the carbon footprint. So the carbon footprint, personal responsibility we all have. So we can use our vehicle right and left. Sometimes when we can walk, we don't walk. When we walk, we reduce the carbon footprint. When we cut down on the POL and the fuel, we reduce our carbon footprint. Eating less meat, you reduce the carbon. So you have to understand the whole process of this carbon footprint reduction, and individuals, everybody, what are our practices? Are they sustainable? And the transportation models we have, all the transport we have, how much is generated, carbon emission, greenhouse gases, what are the effects of the greenhouse gases, and waste management, reduce, refuse, reuse or recycle. These are everybody teaches in the schools. So in your waste management, are we promoting this recycling so that we don't introduce new waste? And coming to the social responsibility, the last pillar, third pillar of your topic is very, very important, social equity. Is there, because social equity cannot be removed, cannot be achieved as long as we address the issues of poverty, disparity in education and access to healthcare. Luckily, you're in Tamil Nadu, where the Department of Health and Family Welfare is known across the country for great achievement. If you travel to many other states and you come back to Tamil Nadu, you will realize how many parameters in the health area, health sector, Tamil Nadu excels. That is because of a lot of efforts of our former politicians, their commitment, and also our bureaucrats and administrators who have thought very well. Maternal mortality rate, mother dying while giving birth to a child, we are close to about 40. Go to many other places, even national average is about 70 to 80. Whereas when you go to other states, they are very high. That means for 1 lakh live births, how many mothers die? So we have reached, we are aiming to bring it to 30. So like there are indicators, infant mortality rate, when a child dies within 1 year old child, within reaching 1 year when they die, it's called infant mortality. So in all these areas we have reached, we are ahead of thing, we have reached our sustainable development goals, SDG. We have already achieved a lot of parameters, but we have a lot of challenges. We have broken the access barriers. For example, access barriers, you would have seen 108 ambulance. That's an emergency service which is given free. You would have seen this Chief Minister's insurance, comprehensive health insurance, the scheme. which gives financial protection for patients when they suddenly have a problem in the family. Because if we don't have financial protection in health, we'll have to pledge our jewels and sell our property. So those are the things where people become impoverished and you lose your resources, your values, your assets, your investments, everything you have made. So financial health, financial protection is very important. That is one of the things you have seen, one of the schemes I explained. And the tribal initiatives, if you look at the tribal initiatives, there are a lot of things the government has done. For example, we reach out to people through the mobile medical units. And in tribal area, there are certain diseases which are common, called sickle cell disease and thalassemia. All these diseases will also come as some chapters in your biochemistry because they are all so beautifully connected by way of your investigations. So if you want to look at this problem, you can visit Nilgiris and a few other districts. At least there are 13 districts in Tamil Nadu where you have this problem with the hemoglobin malformation, which we call as hemoglobinopathies. So sickle cell disease and thalassemia traits and people with the trait and people with the disease, these are challenges, mainly in the tribal areas. And we have programs for that. So tribal welfare program, screening the tribal school children, screening the antenatal mothers, and screening the adolescents, because we have to prepare them for the marriage when they have a trait or a disease. So how they have to be genetically counseled. That's called genetic counseling. Okay. So what you read in the textbook, no, when you look at some of the programs the government does, and when you understand the programs, you will understand your textbook better. So those are things. These are access issues. So access is very important, and your in healthcare access, what is very important is that we make the services available for people, and when people access the services, and when the benefit goes, there comes the different schemes, programs, and innovations. And the next one is very important, the cultural preservation. Cultural preservation is very important because every culture has to celebrate its uniqueness in spite of the diversity. So, no culture thrives when it doesn't do this. Any culture, when you live, we have different people from different background, religion, and different things. We live together. There is diversity, but there is a uniqueness. This uniqueness must be preserved. It's very, very important, and they will make your society sustainable. So hatred, no. What I mean is, like, whenever there's a hatred in the community, and if people are on a warpath based on their religion or whatever, then what happens? Then the social harmony will not be there. Then the pillar which you are talking about, the social sustainability, will be in question. So happy and healthy communities, they are very important for a life. Many of us would have wondered what it means to talk about well-being. Well-being is different from what you call it as the healthy life. So well-being calls for a lot of things. Well-being calls for your style. It calls for your mental health. They are very important, without which you're merely a doctor prescribing medicine and treating patients, that alone will not achieve. So look after your health, which all of you do, which I do, which is very important. But how you take care of your well-being is a question connected with your lifestyle. But in the students lifestyle practices are a challenge. See, now we had tobacco like common. Now we have got the electronic devices which deliver nicotine, and students are aware about it. And students, parents will not be aware. Parents will be innocent. Pen drive mari kondu varare thambi. That is the electronic gadget which is called ENDS, electronic nicotine delivery system device. So there are a lot of things people say nicotine patch is harmless. Nicotine in any form, whether it is your cigar, cigarette, BD, or the so-called modern type of deliveries, electronic delivery of nicotine, is bad. That's a carry-home message for all the students here. Very, very important. And alcohol, which I don't have to tell. And your addiction to internet. And your not able to balance your studies and your leisure time because of the over inclination towards your cell phones and your internet. All these challenges are there for us, which also will affect your well-being. So when you look at all these things, Tamil Nadu government, I would just like to, before I end, I want to highlight the thing that One Health is a mission, on a mission mode. Government of Tamil Nadu has taken a lot of initiatives. We have a secretariat called One Health Secretariat established in the National Mission. There are 5 pillars we are focusing now, Government of Tamil Nadu, which are connected to your topic. Number 1, antimicrobial resistance. So antimicrobial means, I would like to say that it's not only bacteria, it's virus, fungi, parasites. A lot of resistance develop. Right and left, people take antibiotics. People prescribe antibiotics. Over the counter drugs. நானே வந்து மெடிக்கல் ஷாப்பில் போய் ஏதாவது வாங்க போனேன்னா அப்படியே ஒரு 5 நிமிஷம் நின்று பார்த்தேன்னா அங்கே இருக்கிற அந்த ஃபார்மசி படிச்சிருப்பாரு, இல்லைன்னா படிக்கலைன்னா அவர் வந்து அங்கே வந்து கடையில் வேலை செஞ்சு ட்ரெயின். Here we have made a huge mess with antibiotic and antimicrobial resistance. It will not work. When you give the drug to the person, next time it will not work. You have to go for higher antibiotics, and the time may come, he will not respond to any antibiotic. So that's a serious, it's a serious alarm. So we have to ring the bell for it. So antimicrobial resistance is one of the pillars. Under One Health we are looking at zoonosis. Diseases coming from animals, diseases going out of man to animals. So you know about rabies, we often get it. And rabies, like as you know, the dog bite, even fox bite, they can cause rabies. And there are a lot of related diseases, zoonotic diseases, neglected tropical diseases which come back. Dengue outbreak, you get that now and then, all those things. There are a lot of emerging infectious diseases, re-emerging communicable disease and all that. So we had a good example with your emerging infectious diseases, COVID. And climate change linked non-communicable diseases. Climate change, there's a change, heat stress, there's a change in the physical climate which affects people mentally. So you have the physical causes like heat and cold across the country which can cause, and mental health, climate change, mental health, they are very, very closely connected because people are exposed to hard climate because of the change in the climate. And ultraviolet radiation, I don't have to explain to you the greenhouse gases effect, how they will also promote the harmful, expose you to the harmful effects of ultraviolet. Food security, safety, foodborne, waterborne diseases. Ipa pathina Pune we have an issue with a lot of people are having Guillain-Barré syndrome. So Guillain-Barré syndrome, they have found out that Campylobacter jejuni bacteria is the causative agent. And food storage is very important. Food storage proper ilana or country le, it will breed certain organisms which can cause even liver cancer. So preservation of your food, whether the secure food we are getting, waterborne diseases, foodborne diseases, all these, and occupational health. People, because of their occupation exposure, they are exposed to certain things including carcinogens. Carcinogens means those things which can induce cancer in a person. So occupational health and occupation-induced cancers, these are all very important ones. All these 5 pillars which I mentioned, they are taken up under our One Health mission. And Government of Tamil Nadu, for information, because students you like to note down, there are beautiful missions taken by Government of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu Climate Change Mission is one mission where they are working on lot of decarbonizations, the decarbonization pathways, carbon neutral hubs, and climate smart villages. Then Green Tamil Nadu mission is there, where government wants to increase the green cover from 23% to 33% by 2030 to 31. And you have Tamil Nadu Wetland Mission, where we would like to restore 100 wetlands. Some of you here might be from Pallikarni, and Pallikarni is a marshland. It's one of the beautiful marshland in the state, and it was such a beautiful marshland which gave shelter to beautiful even migrant birds. Lot of migrant birds from all the continents used to come to your Pallikarni. Now we have lost it. So marshlands, wetlands, these are very important. And Tamil Nadu Coastal Restoration Mission is very important because coastal biodiversity, loss of coral reef, we all know what it means when you lose your coral reef, and coastal protection and improving the livelihood of people there. And all these things come under the Tamil Nadu Coastal Restoration Mission. So having said all this, I would just like to end my speech that all the three pillars of sustainability, they are relevant to you and me, and if we understand these pillars and incorporate them into our daily lives, in our decision making process, and contribute something for the community as a collective commitment for sustainability, only then can we hope to create a world that is prosperous, resilient, and equitable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your end-evening address.
A very good morning, honorable guests, distinguished speakers, dear participants, and my beloved students. We are excited to have such a diverse and esteemed group of experts, researchers, and practitioners. Your presence here today demonstrates your commitment to addressing the critical sustainability challenges facing our sector. As we gather here today, we are reminded that sustainability is no longer a choice but a necessity. The life science domain has a profound impact on the environment, economy, and society. From the development of new medicines and therapies to the production of food and biofuels, our sector plays a vital role in shaping the world around us. However, this impact comes with significant costs. Climate change, biodiversity loss, water pollution, social inequality are just a few pressing issues that demand our attention. This conference is a response to these challenges. I would like to walk you through the dynamics of this conference, which has been thoughtfully designed to provide a comprehensive and enriching experience to all attendees. Today, tomorrow, we will delve into the environmental, economic, and social impacts of life sciences and explore strategies to mitigating harm and promoting sustainable practices. Our program features an impressive lineup of keynote speakers. Each session is designed to provide insights into cutting-edge research, emerging trends, and best practices. The paper and poster presentations will showcase innovative ideas and research in a visually engaging format. In addition, the conference provides ample opportunities for collaboration, networking, and co-creation. As organizers, we believe that sustainability is a collaborative responsibility. Before I conclude, I would like to express our gratitude to our management, our sponsors, and our alumni. Your generosity and commitment to sustainability has made this conference possible. I encourage each and every one of you to make the most of this conference, engage in discussions, share your ideas, and take back knowledge that will benefit you and the community. Together, let's contribute to the growth and innovation of life science. Thank you. Wish you all a productive and inspiring experience.
Now, I kindly invite Professor M. Maria Caroline Rebellow to give the vote of thanks.
It's my immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this inaugural session. We are very much honored to have Dr. Gerard Mariaselvam, our Additional Director of National Health Mission Chennai, as the chief guest for this conference. Sir, we are deeply grateful for the valuable insights and perspectives you shared with us during your inaugural address. Your words of wisdom and expertise have inspired us, and we are confident that they will have a lasting impact on our work and research. Your presence here today has not only added prestige to our conference, but has also motivated us to strive for excellence in our pursuits. We appreciate the time and effort you took to be with us, and we are honored by your association with our institution. Please accept a sincere thanks for your contributions to this conference. We wish you continued success